Alright, so just a little bit more information on that promo you guys just saw. Shout out to my brother for making it. So about a month ago, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw, a subscriber of mine, his name is Big Mike Loses, challenged me to an arm wrestling match, and we have figured out we are going to be doing it on the 30th of this month. I decided that I wanted to do more than just an arm wrestling match. We wanted to just kind of hang out with everybody. So if you are in the area, in San Diego, in Southern California, and you are free on the 30th, all the information, I'm going to have it right here, but it's also going to be in a Facebook event, so you guys can decide if you want to go. All the information will be down there, but it's going to be on the 30th. It's going to be from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Crown Point Drive here in San Diego, California. It's like by the beach. It's going to be really, really nice. Again, all the information will be down there in that Facebook event, but we're just going to be hanging out. I don't want to say that it's a meetup, but obviously I'll be meeting you guys. I want to just be able to hang out and enjoy my time with you guys. So I posted this picture on my Instagram earlier today, and I asked you guys to ask me some questions. So we're going to answer some of those questions. There's a ton of them already. It's only been up for like 2 hours. But before we do that, I want to address this right here. So this is what happens when you really, really aggressively try and pop a pimple before it's ready to pop. So that's what's going on there. And also with the lack of videos this week, I actually got really, really sick yesterday. I couldn't leave the house at all. I was having like the worst like sweats, but I was shivering. It was really bad. So I still don't look 100%. I'm not feeling 100%, but I wanted to film this video. So I just kind of wanted to explain why that happened. Okay, I'm gonna stop making excuses. Let's get into the Q&A. How do you get over feeling self-conscious when taking your shirt off in public? So just being completely honest, like there's days where I feel less self-conscious and days where maybe I feel more like I'm more positive about my body, and there's some days where I just don't want to deal with it. So on those days that I'm feeling more positive, then I'll take my shirt off. I mean, I'm not in many situations where like I'm taking my shirt off very much. Like, to be honest, like, I mean, maybe at the beach, but I don't go to, I live in San Diego, but I don't go to the beach all the time, so I don't usually feel very like pressured to, take my shirt off. And then honestly, like for me, I've always hated, I know it sounds weird, but I've always hated going into the water at the beach. I just get freaked out by seaweed, and it scares me, and it feels gross, so I don't really like going into the water. So I'm normally just kind of hanging out on the beach. A lot of times I don't even go onto the sand because the sand gets everywhere, and it's just like, it's too much for me. So normally I'm just like walking on the boardwalk, so it's like really normal to just keep your shirt on there. And then when I go swimming, honestly, like for me, I have a goal in mind. Like I want to go swimming because like for me right now, trying to swim is just trying to get better at something, right? Like I'm trying to improve my swimming. I'm not just going to swim to have fun. So I have like a goal in mind. So I'm not really focused too much on what other people are thinking of me. I'm focused on, I want to go swimming. I want to get better at swimming. That's what I'm focused on. And I'm really lucky that I usually go with, well, I've always gone with friends. So I'm comfortable with them. I know that they are obviously already know what I look like, and every time I've gone swimming, I'm with my girlfriend. She obviously definitely knows what I look like. So I guess you could say like I have that group of people that almost shield me. They don't really, but like in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm with this group of people. If I was there by myself, it would definitely be more nerve-wracking. But being in that group of people, it just makes me feel like I have allies with me, so I'm not as nervous about it. Is CrossFit worth the amount of money you have to pay a month? I want to try it, but it feels like it's way too much. So that's actually a really good question, and it really depends on the person. Like obviously for me, I feel like it's worth it. I wouldn't pay for it if I didn't. I'm actually paying for my membership and my mom's membership because I really do see value in it. But I can see if you're somebody that one, doesn't go to a gym at all, or the only gym you've gone to is one that's like maybe $10 a month, that's all you can afford, then that's completely fine. But for me personally, I do feel like it's worth it, especially if, I mean, every gym is different, and there are 100% some very bad CrossFit gyms out there that have very bad coaches, and the money probably isn't worth it, right? Every gym is different, but the gym that I go to, one, the community that I've been able to find with my CrossFit gym has made paying the money, it doesn't even really feel like I'm paying for a gym. It's like I'm paying for like a social club almost. But obviously I'm going to the gym and getting more fit. But then there's coaches there that if you really do have questions, like that's why I honestly don't feel at all like I'm overpaying, especially with my mom on my membership, because she's going to the gym and she's able to ask questions constantly, and she does, and everyone answers her, and everyone at the gym is willing to help her, and that's kind of what we're paying for, and that's what I feel like I'm paying for. So for me, I don't feel like it's too much, but again, I can see why if you're somebody that maybe you don't want to ask questions, or I can see why it would feel like it's probably too expensive. So, you know, it really just depends on the person and what you're trying to get out of it. Any tips on burning that last bit of fat seems to be the hardest to get rid of. Now, I would honestly say it probably actually is the hardest to get rid of. I've actually made a video all about this recently, right? So like the first 30 pounds, if you have say 150 pounds to lose, are actually pretty easy. You just have to make a couple different changes to your diet, maybe stop drinking a bunch of soda. You know, like you can lose that first 30 pounds pretty quick, right? We've all seen the shows and stuff of the morbidly obese people that lose weight really fast at the start and then they start to slow down. And I think that the reason that is, right, is when you are 400 pounds, right, your total daily energy expenditure, right, the amount of calories that you can eat is a lot higher. But then once you lose the weight, it starts to go down. And then once you get to those last 10 pounds, obviously you're at like a pretty normal weight. So you actually have to be a lot more careful and the minutia starts to matter a lot more. So, you know, the tip that I would give you is to just make sure that you're not like giving yourself too many breaks. You have to make sure that like you are being as relentless as you can be, because if you start lying about your diet, right, to yourself, the only person that you're hurting is yourself. So like for me, I always use my prep because that was the leanest that I got as an example. So when I got down to my lowest weight, I had to be very, very honest with myself. And I had to say, okay, am I eating extra snacks? Am I doing all the cardio that I'm supposed to be doing? And if I'm not, I have to mess with the amount of calories that I'm eating. So you just have to be a lot more vigilant when you get down to those last 10 pounds, because it definitely feels harder, because I believe that it is harder, those last 10 pounds to lose are, than those first 10 pounds to lose are. Since you are a fitness role model for many people, do you feel guilty sometimes if you don't follow the advice you give us viewers? Honestly, no. I think I never feel guilty, because for me, like, I know what I should do if I want to be in the best shape of my life. I know what I should do if I want to, you know, make progress, and that's the information that I give to you guys. But at the same time, I know I'm human, I know everybody's human, so I know that nobody is following my advice perfectly, and I think that it would be silly for me to expect myself to follow my advice perfectly. Now, I try and follow it as much as I can, and I feel like I'm pretty good with following my own advice, but I don't feel bad if I'm like, maybe if I go out to eat a little bit more than I would recommend, because again, I'm human, and first and foremost, I've always said this, right? Losing weight is to improve the quality of my life. And if I'm always stressed out about being perfect for you guys or for myself, then that's not a really fun life to live. So I never really feel too bad, because I think personally, like, now if I was always off of my advice and I wasn't listening to myself at all, and I was just saying this one thing and completely doing the different, then I think I would feel bad. But I'm not. Like, I follow what I say pretty closely. Now, I deviate a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. So that's why I would say if I was deviating a lot, then I would feel bad. But since I actually stay pretty close to what I say, I have no issues, like, you know, kind of deviating a little bit. What do you love most about being a social media influencer? That's such a funny word, and it's such like I remember when I first started, like, that was a silly word, influencer, but now it's like completely accepted and totally normal. But for me, I would say my favorite part about being an influencer is actually being able to influence. Like, who would have thought, right? But so I saw that question a little bit earlier, and I was thinking about it, and it really, like, that really is my favorite part, is like, I'm able to influence, and it's crazy because you have, this might kind of sound silly, but you really do have power. This sounds kind of weird, but you have power over people, right? Like, you have the power to influence people, and for me, that is such a cool thing. Now, obviously, you can take that in the wrong way and influence people in a bad way and just do it to make money for yourself and do it to lift yourself up, but at the same time, like, you can use it in a good way, and that's what I'm trying to do, is like influence people and give them the information that other people might not give them. And like, I think that that's really cool, that I have the power and the ability, and you guys have trusted me enough to listen to what I have to say, and I really do take that very seriously. Like, I honestly, it's one of the things that like motivates me so much, and it's honestly, it scares me at the same time, because that's why sometimes I get so nervous about making videos, because I'm like, if I say the wrong thing, like, people are gonna listen to that, and it freaks me out sometimes, but I feel like it's good. Like, it should freak you out. If you really do, like, if you really do appreciate the power that you have, then you're going to use it in a better way. And that's why I think I get so scared sometimes to make videos and so nervous and so like I get so anxious because I know the power that I have and I always want to use that to the best ability, right? I always want to be the best example for you guys. I always want to give you the best advice. So that's definitely like my favorite part about being an influencer. And then on top of that is just all the opportunities that it's given me. The travel, the like literally my lifestyle that I have now is because of this, and I'm always super thankful for that. But I would say first and foremost, it's you guys. Like it's the ability to influence and the ability to help. And so yeah, that's definitely my favorite part. How did you and Amanda meet? You inspire me so much, by the way. Thank you for being an example of a human being. Well, thank you very much. So me and Amanda is my girlfriend. We met at my gym at CrossFit Darkside. She went to the morning classes. I went to the night classes, so we didn't see each other very much. I saw her a couple times on Saturday workouts because there's only one workout on Saturdays at my gym. I saw her a couple times, thought she was cute, thought she had a boyfriend. We ended up talking a little bit and then things just kind of went from there. I realize there's not a miracle fat burning pill that will make you lose an extra 50 pounds, but is there a particular supplement that you find helps aid in fat loss? Honestly, when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to fat loss, I feel like there's really nothing that's really going to help you lose weight. Now there's supplements that will help with, you know, with general health and maybe strength goals. Like creatine is a huge, like one of the most researched supplements out there. And that's for strength goals and maybe gaining a little bit of size. So if if that's your goal, then I would say creatine works really well. I like multivitamins. Those are obviously solid. Obviously there's better ones than others, like maybe like fish oil for your joints. I don't really consider this a supplement, but like protein powders, I use a vegan protein powder just because whey protein and dairy messes with my skin and my stomach. But that's a good supplement. I consider that as food. But when it comes to just straight up fat loss, I don't think there's anything out there that's going to make you lose any more fat. So that's why I don't really like to talk about supplements too much and fat loss, because people, when they hear that, they think it's gonna be some magic pill, and I really don't think there's anything out there that's going to help you lose weight other than diet and nutrition. Like, that's it. All right, so this is gonna be the last question. How do I eat McDonald's every day and still lose weight? So I actually do believe you could eat McDonald's every single day and lose weight. Do I recommend that? Absolutely not. I would not say that anybody should do that, but I mean, they have a lot of salads. You could get like their grilled chicken. They have like grilled chicken sandwiches. I'm pretty sure I haven't been to a McDonald's in a really long time, but you can honestly like get double doubles every once in a while and still lose weight, right? As long as the calories that you're eating are less than the calories that you're burning, you're gonna be good. So if you wanna eat McDonald's every single day, that's completely fine. Now that is not healthy and I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you can totally do that. This actually kind of brings up a topic that I was thinking about earlier today, and that's like the difference between like a healthy diet, something that's good for you just to live and have, and a weight loss diet. So you could have a really bad diet, eating like really terrible things, like Twinkies and brownies, and as long as you're in a caloric deficit, you could still lose weight. I'm not recommending that you do that, but people need to understand, like, just because you eat something that's considered unhealthy, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna lose weight. And just because something is considered healthy, that doesn't mean that you can eat as much as you want of it and still lose weight. It's all about finding that balance, and it's all about finding that, that correct caloric deficit for yourself and still being able to enjoy life. So a lot of people, they think that healthy diet means weight loss diet. But that's not how it works, right? Because there's a lot of people that are trying to gain weight and they still want to eat healthy. So you can still eat healthy and gain weight. It's not like healthy and weight loss are connected like that. Now, obviously, I would recommend eating a healthy weight loss diet, but just because you're eating in a caloric deficit or in a weight loss diet, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're eating healthily. All right, so there you guys go. That's gonna be the Q&A. Again, if you're interested in the hangout, if you wanna come down, hang out for the day, all the information is going to be down there for the Facebook event. We can all hang out. Like, I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we can all just, hang out, swap stories and stuff. I think it'll be great. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, it'll be down there. I wanna say thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look up my fam.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.